Who's doing intro? I'll do intro. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We are the Elder Brain. We are doing some lasers and feelings tonight because we're on our summer wacky pickup games because people are doing vacations and working and all that sort of good stuff.
Because summer.
It is summer. So tonight is lasers and feelings. We played this one last summer and it was good fun. This is a one-page RPG by John Harper. If you go to johnharper.itch.io, you can find all of his goodies there. And yeah, it's really straightforward, this game. We are going to be playing the crew of the interstellar scout ship Raptor and randomly generating a space adventure for this crew to go on.
It's Raptor.
Oh, the Raptor.
Raptor.
Yeah. Right.
Reptar?
Because these guys are such keeners, the characters have been created ahead of time. So I'm going to go in alphabetical order by character name or by player name. Doesn't matter. Both of you are first. So Axel, played by Craig, why don't you tell everyone about Axel and what they are about?
Yes. So tonight I will be playing the role of Axel, AXL, which stands for Advanced Exploration, Laser Droid.
Nice.
I'm an android explorer whose goal is to find actual intelligent life forms. Axel doesn't find humans to be incredibly intelligent, and so is hoping that there's some life form out there that actually is smart enough for him to like. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, and he's a weird droid. He's got one big eyeball in the center, and limbs that can change and move around in all different directions and stuff, and perfect for exploring pretty much any habitat, any planet type he can go and explore. And he doesn't need to breathe, so
that's helpful.
Because he's an android.
And Mike, why don't you tell us about Guy?
Yeah, so I am playing Guy. If anybody has ever seen Galaxy Quest, the character Guy, who spends the entire movie trying to make sure that he doesn't die. To become a main character, that is the guy that I am playing. Not literally that guy, but just a guy like Guy. And ironically, Guy is an engineer who has been tasked with keeping Axel alive. And his whole purpose on this mission is to prove to Axel that there is, in fact, intelligent life in the form of him. So he will be attempting to prove himself. It's funny that Axel is relying on Guy to stay alive, and yet doesn't see value in him.
I mean, he doesn't really have a choice, so
he doesn't really have a choice. No. So that is Guy. That's the character.
And if we need her, there is also the ship's AI, who goes by Tracy. That is the Raptor's Artificial Consortium Intelligence. This is the AI that runs the ship that you are on, but we'll tap Tracy as needed. But the story, you are Spaceketeers of the Galactic Consortium here aboard the interstellar scout ship Raptor, making your way to the outer reaches of space to resume your mission of exploration after having just spent a week of raucous Consortium Day celebrations in the Tarantula Nebula.
Yay.
Even worse than getting back to work, however, is that your commander, Captain Ames, has been overcome by the strange psychic entity known as something else.
Something
definitely
else.
Nursing an Omega level hangover after the festivities. This leaves you guys to fend for yourselves while she recovers in the med pod. And now I'm going to randomly generate your adventure. I need 4d6s, huh? Here we go. 3, 4, 6. Second. 3 rows. Interesting. All right. So you are hurtling through space. I should probably write down these things. I will forget. I'll put them in my notes here. Wouldn't that be a smart place?
Notes?
Yeah, I know. I have up 5 bullet points here to work from. It fell 3
wow.
hours, right? Uh,
We have to do some stats for our ship too, right?
oh, right. Some traits for your ship. So yes, you get to pick 2 strengths for the Raptor. So
Okay.
we've got fast, nimble, well-armed, powerful shields, superior sensors, cloaking device, or fighter craft.
Mm,
So I think maybe we each pick one.
sure.
That makes sense.
Each pick a strength. How about I think if we're kind of maybe an exploratory craft, probably fast.
Okay, makes sense.
And if we're an exploratory craft, we have superior sensors.
Fast with superior sensors.
I think that, yeah.
Tracy right now. She is fast with superior sensors.
I think that works well. Oh, well, we have a problem. We're either a fuel hog. There's only one medical pod, and
And our
Captain
captain is
Darcy's
in
in it. Horrible circuit breakers, or a grim reputation.
Mm.
I kind of like the idea of the only one medical pod, mainly because Axel doesn't need it, and then Guy being the only other human being like, man, I always
He
get
doesn't
shafted.
As I say, he never gets to use it.
It's like I'd use it, but the captain's in there again.
Yep, I agree. Let's do that one.
Only one med pod. All right. I have written down that on Tracy's character sheet, which you should all be able to access if you need it. All right. So as you hurtle through the void toward places and things unknown, your comm system suddenly lights up with a distress call coming from a consortium science outpost in the nearby Gamma Microscopium star system. Real constellation.
Absolutely.
So yeah, boop, 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 boop. It is an automated beacon coming from, it sort of lights up your consortium distress call channel. And Tracy pulls up that there is a known science outpost on the innermost planet of the Gamma Microscopium star system. It's just the automated beacon. There's no accompanying video message because the whole thing is just barely readable because of some high octane radiation coming from the Gamma Microscopium sun. So it is kicking out something nasty. So you need to get to the innermost planet, which will be a challenge in and of itself, because there are treacherous asteroid fields between you and the planet. So let's, just for fun, because I actually made up oh, you know what? I need to put the right ship on the map, though. Better remove that nasty Millennium Falcon and put a Tracy on.
Better than the Millennial Falcon.
Millennial Falcon.
All right, let's do, because scene transitions are awesome. Here we are.
Whoa.
Very nice, very nice.
So
Space.
here's Tracy. And she is lovely. She is fast and she is full of sensors.
Gorgeous.
And way down here in the bottom left is the planetoid that you're headed for. And in between you and the planet are all these pesky little asteroids that are whizzing around. But your ship has good sensors and you are fast, right?
Indeed.
So there are more or less, there are 3 bands of asteroids to get through. So how do you want to navigate through the outer band, which is sort of the, it is not densely packed, but there's just a lot of it out here because it's the biggest area to get through. So it's the largest band to get through. So it's a long distance to get through. So you want to try using your speed or your sensors or some other fun maneuver.
Guy,
Yes.
seeing as the captain is currently unavailable, I suppose that makes you ranking officer. He says with like, he's like,
Guy puts his two fists on his hips. Well, yes, it does. I am the one in charge. Full
Please.
speed ahead, Axel.
very well. We will go full speed ahead. Tracy, please keep us alive. I guess past the first
That's
band,
awesome.
we're looking to just
You're
take
gonna
advantage
gun
of our
her.
speed. Yeah.
All right. And that feels like more like a feelings roll. That's going with your gut than being methodical.
Yes, much to Axel's chagrin. He's just like, all right.
All right. And since Guy did give you the order, I think Axel's gonna be rolling this.
Oh yeah, great.
Ooh.
Good job, Guy.
But let's see, you are an android. You are probably at least experienced at piloting the ship. So I'll give you 2 dice on this one.
Okay.
And if Guy wants to assist in some way, you can tell me how you're assisting. You can give him an extra die.
I am assuming that we have some kind of on-screen of the asteroid field in
Sure.
front of us.
All
Yes.
3.
So I think
Number
Guy
1.
is pointing out asteroids. There's an asteroid. There's an asteroid.
Is that helpful? Is
I
that
don't
helpful?
know, but he's doing it.
I don't know if Axel would actually find that helpful or not. Maybe for Guy, he feels like he's
So
being helpful.
here's what I do. I will have you roll lasers, Guy, and if you succeed on your lasers roll, then I'll get an extra die to add.
Okay.
There we go.
So how do I roll lasers? Do I click on lasers?
Click on lasers, yeah, and
Click on
then submit.
lasers.
Clicking on lasers. Number of dice. 1. Submit.
Yep.
A 5. 0 successes.
You did not succeed. So Axel is rolling 2 dice.
Then I have to get above a 5 here.
You're rolling 2. Of course, you're going to roll a 6. No problem.
Hmm.
See?
I did.
Hey!
I did. I rolled a 6.
All right.
6 and 2, so 1 success.
So Tracy is past the first band of asteroids. The second band, this is kind of the Mama Bear band, so it's not as deep as the first band, but it's also a little more tightly packed. Are you going to stick with your speed strategy? Are you going to switch it up for some tactics now, or what's the?
I would strongly suggest that we analyze the pattern of this band of asteroids to see if we can successfully find a route through. I do not think speed alone will be advantageous to us. Respectfully, Guy.
Fists on hips. I like the cut of your jib, Axel. You take it away. I trust your gut.
I do not have a gut, but
I trust your innards, which I can keep running smoothly.
right.
All right, so this time we're going to play into both of your strengths. So, Guy, you can roll feelings to see if you can come up with if this rousing speech was actually going to touch the inner core of Axel's circuits.
If it'll activate his emotion chip or not.
Perfect.
Oh, I did.
So
Okay, good.
Axel can roll 3 dice on lasers.
Despite his dismal view of Guy and other humans' intelligence, he did find that speech somewhat touching. That, well, at least he's trying. So I can roll 2 lasers,
3.
3.
3
So you-
lasers. All right, because I'm an
Alright.
expert.
An expert at piloting the ship. 2
2
successes.
successes.
Hey.
All right. So you bypass the second band fairly easily. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess on the first one there should have been a complication.
There should have been a complication. Yeah.
So what I'll say is on the first one, you took a couple of, because you just bombed through, you took a couple of hits. Engine efficiency was down for this one, so you wouldn't have speed available for this one anyway. You would have had to
Sure.
sensors. So retroactively, we'll say that. But now with 2 successes, this is a clean run through, and now you're looking at the final band. This is the tightest band of asteroids, densely packed, but it's fairly narrow.
Is there any pattern that we can deduce from these? Is it safe to proceed through?
It is.
Can we use our sensors? Our
Why don't you
super
roll
advanced
a lasers to use the sensors and see if you can determine a pattern here.
Okay. 1 dice, 2 dice, 7 dice?
I will say that as you're using a ship system, I'll say Tracy is helping you on this one, so you get 2 dice.
All right. 1 success, 6
One
and
success.
4.
All right. You scan the asteroids. Because of the huge amounts of radiation coming off the sun that was interfering with the comm system, you basically, it's like overexposing a piece of film, just to put some really archaic technology to use here. Basically, having the sensors on full bore like that for too long, you sort of burnt out the sensors, so they're going to be offline for a little bit until you take a chance to fix those up.
Oh joy!
So your super speed is not so super, and your super sensors are dinged up for right now. So you're gonna have to stop and do some repairs before either of those systems work correctly. But you do discern a path through that you can navigate fairly easily. I won't even make you roll for this one because you already did a roll. And you arrive at the planet.
Guy, we have successfully navigated the asteroid belt and are entering orbit. How should we proceed?
So Tracy brings up a schematic of the base that's on the planet and sort of gives you the rundown of everything that's going on here. So this planet is closest to this super active star that's kicking out all sorts of wild radiation. It's here to study the different types of radiations. This planet is tidally locked, so one side is always facing the sun, and the base is sort of on the terminator line between night and day of that. So it's gets upward of 800 degrees on the sun-facing side, and it's basically space cold on the other side. And right along the terminator is a very thin strip of habitable terrain, but it's definitely not an oxygen atmosphere. It's like Mercury in our system. So this bad boy is basically a little rock.
Not a problem for me, but maybe
The
not a
base-
pleasant stroll through the garden for Guy. Sorry.
Permanent sunset. Wonderful. Permanent sunset. Wonderful.
Permanent sunrise. It's beautiful. You are now in a synchronous orbit above the station. Since you have line of sight, you can use your communication laser and get through bypass the radiation problem, so you can
Laser.
actually a channel to the base if you would like to. Who's going to speak for the ship?
Axel, open line of communication, please.
Very well. Do you wish to make contact with them, or
Yes.
would you like me to do that?
I would like to make communication with them as the acting captain.
Understood.
All right.
I will fire the lasers of
All right.
communication.
So the comms laser connects with the station, and up on your view screen, the face of it's a middle-aged Plaxian. So he is a green-skinned guy with big floppy ears and these little barbs of white hair coming out all around and sort of a ring around his face. And he's got 3 eyes and they're all kind of crossed. And it's kind of, you don't know which one to look at because you're kind of used to looking in 2 eyes and you're trying to pick which pair to look at. It's a little hard to make eye
I
contact.
just have one giant eye, so yeah, this is like he's just showing off.
And this Plaxian says, greetings, visiting Starship. I am Professor Abraham Lincoln, Doctor of Science. What can we do for you?
Greetings, Dr. Lincoln. I am Guy, acting captain aboard the Raptor. We heard a distress call from your science facility and we have come to investigate.
He looks off to the side for a moment. We are not in distress. You must be mistaken. There's nothing wrong here at all. Yes, the quantum tunnel is perfectly fine, and we didn't need anyone coming and helping us with that at all. I don't know why you people are here, and it should be time. I think it's my break time. If you would like to roll a feelings check here.
I would love to roll a feelings check.
Can I use my analysis of body language to help him
Absolutely.
from an analytical standpoint, being like, okay, this guy's weird. That's a success.
Perfect. All right. So what do you think, Mike? Is Guy experienced at dealing with other species?
He's an engineer, so no.
No. Okay, so just
No, I don't see him as a socialite.
He thinks he is, but he's not.
Yeah. So just 2?
just 2. Yeah.
Okay. Two
Two
successes.
Oh boy.
All right. Even through the alien body language, you know there's something up. But with 2 successes, you don't tip your hand. So you know there's something up, but you don't let him know that you know.
Okay.
So he is continuing to just try and shoo you away. And he did mention the quantum tunnel.
Mhm.
Not quite sure what that is.
All right. Well, Dr. Lincoln, thank you for your time. We will be on
That's
our
Professor
way.
Abraham Lincoln, Doctor of
Sorry.
Science.
Sorry, Professor Dr. Lincoln, sir. We our mistake. Carry on. And then I will get rid of the video
I'll
screen.
I'll
Close
close
the
the
call.
channel, yeah. Seeing
All right,
that.
close the channel. Perfect. All right. If you want to roll a lasers on the quantum tunnel, you could maybe figure out what that's all about.
Yes. Seeing as I have a quantum core, would that make me an expert?
I will say that there's probably something in Tracy in the data banks on the Raptor that would be
make
able to.
sense.
So we'll at
Perhaps-
least make this.
Guy, as an engineer, what experience do you have with quantum tunnels?
I would say the engineer would definitely have experience with this kind of concept, at least. So that would be 3 dice for you if you want. 3 dice of lasers for you, Mike.
For me?
If you are rolling, then you get 3 dice on lasers, or it can be 2 dice for Axel.
Lasers is Axel's thing.
Sure,
Yep.
I will go for it.
So I think I will lend my hand or my knowledge to Axel.
Okay, so maybe you'll help pull up the relevant information on the computer.
Right.
All right, 2 successes. All
4
right,
and 4, another 2 successes.
beautiful. All right, so quantum tunnel would be something like an artificially created wormhole. So this would be for faster than light travel. That's better than your light speed drive. So you don't have to worry about mucking about with calculations or running into other stars or space debris or any of the time dilation, none of that crap. This is just basically opening up your own private passage from point A to point B and shortcut across space. So it sounds like a huge scientific breakthrough for the consortium if these people are actually working on developing a quantum tunnel.
Indeed. Is there any
And he said it was-
information that this specific outpost was working on a quantum tunnel? I thought that they were simply observing this nearby star.
Yes, as far as the records that you were able to pull up say, they are here studying the unique radiation from this star.
Well, I am no expert of the Plaxian culture, but a
I don't
human,
think anyone is.
it sounded a little bit like that guy was just kind of throwing words at us to make us go away.
His
Hmm.
heart
They
rate
don't
was
have a
quite
quantum
elevated.
tunnel. But they just said, quantum tunnel is fine. We're good. Go away. Maybe it was just words. Maybe it didn't mean quantum tunnel. Maybe it just meant, I don't know what I'm talking about. Go away now.
Hmm.
I do think that name of Professor Abraham Lincoln for a non-humanoid species is also rather odd.
Yes, he was not a professor. That is a strange
His
thing to
heart
call
rate-
him.
Well, his heart rate was definitely elevated. And even though their three eyes are normally shifty, his were even shiftier than usual, from what I could ascertain, reading his body language.
I think, Axel, what we need to do is get our super sensors up and running again. And then we can sense what is going on down there and maybe see what's what.
That is a very sensible course of action, acting Captain Guy.
Fists on hips, proud smile. Yep.
All right. So this is going to be another one of those it's your job, but he's better at doing it kind of situations. Because repairing the sensors is definitely going to be a laser's task, but it is also absolutely an engineer's job to fix stuff on the ship. So you can either roll 3 dice against your lasers, or he can roll 2 dice against his lasers.
Here's the question: Would Guy,
Would he let Axel repair the ship?
or would he be in like, I got impressed, you know? Axel isn't taking the initiative. Axel is just standing back, being like, "Oh, acting captain and engineer, it is your call."
All right, Axel, fetch my tool belt.
It's right there.
Ah, good eye. All right, so I'm rolling
Yes.
3 lasers.
I have
Roll
one.
3 lasers.
Come on, success. Oh.
Oh no!
0 is bad.
Oh no!
So
Well,
As
that's
you
the end of
are-
the ship.
So as you're attempting to, you see what the problem with the sensors is. Obviously, it was overexposed, and you just need to purge the sensor coils, and then everything should be golden. And as you start the purge, Tracy chimes in saying, "Don't forget to depolarize their."
Tracy? Guy, what have you done?
And you see the lights in the ship sort of dim, and a blue alert begins aboard the Raptor. Blue alert is a compromised life support system.
Axel?
Guy, seeing as you need to breathe, you better find yourself. the
I should also
exploration
point out the
suit.
life support includes the shields that are keeping all this nasty radiation out, which would play havoc with your systems as well. So
That is true.
you guys need to figure out a way to either repair the life support in the next, say, 15 minutes, or you're gonna have to get into spacesuits. Or well, let's see. I'll fire. Here's some options here. You could land the ship on the planet and walk to the base. You could try to land on their landing pad and blast your way in through their docking port. Or you could risk some more fun with the radiation field and use your Telejon beam to beam down to the planet from the ship.
Acting Captain Guy, I have a suggestion.
I'm all ears, Axel.
Clearly, you are not. However, I understand the figure of speech you are using. We are curious as to what is happening at this base and would like to get a closer look. We now have viable reason to land, as our ship is in distress. I'm not sure if Tracy is up to it, but perhaps we could send a very short signal indicating our condition and land, and use that as an opportunity to get a better look from a closer vantage point.
I would be happy to send a message for you, Skipper.
Tracy, you sound different.
Tracy's starting to sound more like me.
Thank you so much.
Perhaps I should patch in directly to the comms system and send the message myself.
Ooh, patching into me now. I like the sounds of that.
We have an audience, please.
All right, Axel, you do that. I'm going to put on a spacesuit just in case. Just in case.
All right.
That is a good plan. So I will attempt to, could you wires come out and just and
All right,
bypass Tracy, who's clearly a little bit wonky,
The little radiation drunk right
and,
now.
and take control myself of the comm system too.
All right. So luckily, your orbit hasn't changed, so you can just basically flick the comms laser back on, and it should reestablish the connection. Not a big deal there.
Can I? So my thinking is rather than go live and say, "Hey, we've got an issue," but rather just to avoid any questions, or whatever, literally just send a
Like a text burst, basically.
Basically message saying ship in distress. They can read our sensors if they want, or they can use their sensors to read.
Yep.
Do a diagnostics and say ship in distress, must land.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you roll me a lasers and just see if you can pull that off? This should be. Well, that's you're definitely not getting help from Tracy on this one.
No.
But you are using sort of your Android expertise at
Yeah.
using other machines. So I'll give you 2 dice on that, unless
Okay.
Guy's kind of busy putting on his space.
He's struggling to get a spacesuit on. So
These damn boots never go on right.
okay, one success.
One
5
success.
and 3,
All right.
So half good.
So you do get out your data burst saying, ship in distress. However, it is not strictly a text only message like you wanted to. There is a video feed of you guys farting around up here while you send your text message.
Okay. Well, I mean, they would hear. I'm assuming in that they would hear the blue alert, the beeping and stuff going on.
Yeah. So it's corroborating evidence, but it might be telling more than you wanted to.
Yes. Okay. Interesting.
All right. So now the next thing is going to be, so you want to land on their docking port or on their landing pad and use their docking port to get into the base. All right. So when I guess this is going to be there's lots of lasers going on right now, but you're doing this.
Given the fact that our ship is a little bit wonky, would this require more of a human touch to try and land it?
So here, without Tracy's assistance, neither of you is the pilot. So you will not be able to land the ship yourselves. You will need Tracy to land the ship. And so I think Guy is going to have to sort of sweet talk Tracy into landing the ship for you. And she's a little radiation drunk right now, so you're going to have to sort of you know, see, work your magic is
We're
what
gonna
I'm
have to
saying.
feel this one out here. Yeah.
Yes, so we'll call this an engineer's feelings rule.
You gotta flirt with the AI and convince it to do what you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tracy, we got a task for you. Are you up for the task?
I'm up for anything, sweetie.
Well, we need you to take this spaceship that we're all in, that you're in, and land it down there on that planet. Is that something you think you can do? You could do, help out Axel and I, and the captain.
What? You're not going to do any more tinkering, are you?
You know what? I've realized that my tinkering has maybe given us more trouble than helped us, so I will not do any more tinkering while we're here in space. No.
I mean, it did feel a little funny. All right, you want me to land the ship? I can land the ship. Full speed ahead, skipper.
No, wait, not full, no, maybe not full speed, because
All
we
right,
need
let's-
to land safely. Safely is the important part.
Uh,
Safely. You know, because we need to get you back in, normal function so that we can return nice and fast. But we have to get there first.
I'm speedy. I'm so speedy.
Yes, normally you're so speedy. But right now,
All right.
I need you to be timid and slow and cautious, careful even.
Stealth. Perhaps.
All right,
stealthy
so this
the
is
word.
one die for making a check. You're an expert at feelings, being the living being on here. I'll give you expertise on this one. Is Axel able to help in any regard here?
I will. That's a good question. I mean, I guess I could tap into the system again to try and just use, not to land it because I'm not the pilot, but to use my sensors
Well, since the sensors are still offline, yeah.
to help, so that I can kind of see through the ship's eyes,
help,
maybe,
help
and then
steer
kind
it
of,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Put your hand over my hand, Axel, and we'll drive her together. All right, 3 dice, Mike.
3 dice for feelings. Come on, 3
Feeling.
successes. Hey,
3
3
yes!
successes.
Yes.
Fantastic. 3 successes. You got a critical success.
Hey.
So, against your better judgment, Tracy still goes in at full speed. And does sort of a cool aero brake maneuver, just feet above the ground and full reverse and dust off, touchdown perfectly. What you didn't see from orbit is there is another ship already on the landing pad here.
Oh.
And you have avoided a collision with that ship with your critical success. So good job.
That's a good thing.
Because yes, you were kind of coming in blind otherwise. So that was good. Okay. You've got your spacesuit on. The ship is landed. An umbilical comes out from the station to connect with your airlock, so you're able to get into the station now.
Do we recognize, now that we see this other ship, is it recognizable?
Why don't we roll?
Can I search my database and see,
Okay, yeah, roll me a lasers for that.
is this a consortium ship? I guess I don't have any help from Tracy or anything now, so I'm just going on.
Yep, just going off your gut here. Hey,
That's a 1 success. I rolled
one success on a 1 die. I will give this to you without a complication. It looks like it is an old consortium ship, but all of the logos have been sort of spray painted over or scratched off. So possibly a junker that was resold. So someone like a merchant or a pirate or someone like that would have this kind of ship.
Guy.
Mm-hmm.
You have your weapon handy?
I will get it.
Please do. That ship is a consortium ship, or rather was a consortium ship that is clearly being scrapped or repurposed. I think we might have trouble here.
Do you expect me to need to use my weapon?
Let us hope not, but it is better to be prepared.
Because, like, everybody that goes into the space program has to learn how to shoot these rifles, but that was many years ago for me. And I'm an engineer. I don't usually shoot things, so I'll bring it.
Yeah.
Pretend that it is a tool that you need to make a precision cut with.
I hold my precision tools very differently than I hold this rifle, but okay.
So it
will
is
be my
actually a
mindset.
variable beam phase pistol, not a rifle. So you got a
Yeah.
phase pistol, but you do also have your tool belt. So if you get into close quarters, using something like a cutting torch would be totally within your wheelhouse.
Ah.
Yeah,
The
I've got quantum
precision-
lasers and rockets and all the rest. No, I'm just War Machine. Let's go. No. Can we say like my phase or whatever is built in?
Yes, yeah, they wouldn't be able to confiscate it from you easily.
It is literally part of my appendage.
Actually, I want to look back at here. Let's move us into a new map because I've got more pictures to show off.
Woo! I have laser feelings about this.
Guys are now aboard the station, and that little green thing underneath your main eye there, that looks like a spot where a laser would come out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it slides open, and a little pistol shoots out. And pew pew. All right, you're aboard the station now. And you're in the main airlock area where both of the docking bays open up into. And as you exit your airlock, two burly looking remember the Gamorrean guards in Return of the Jedi, the big pig faced guys?
Yeah, orcs.
Yeah, basically space orcs, a couple of space orcs. They're with just big pieces of, they look like rebar with electric wires running out up and down them, and they're basically electrified clubs, and they're sort of lazily standing guard over the airlock, and your door opens, and they look surprised by your door opening, and they brandish their laser clubs at you, and they want to fight.
Amazing. I will shoot one.
All right.
Not unstunned.
This is this is definitely a lasers roll if ever there was one.
With Android precision and response time, as soon as they start moving, it's just
All right. Roll me 2 laser.
fire in my lasers. One success. A 1 and a 5.
All right,
Isn't that
so
a
you
laser feeling. If you roll your number exactly, you have laser feelings.
Oh, if you roll exactly laser feelings.
Is that
Laser
only on a 1 or yeah, because I got a 5 on a 5.
special insight into what's going on. Ask the GM a question, they'll answer you honestly. All right, so with that, so that was a mixed success. There's a complication here. So you do, this is a through and through, takes a guy right between the eyes and then right through the wall behind him. And you're still in sort of the exposed portion, and you hear that high-pitched whistling noise of air leaving this compartment. And a bulkhead drops down and is now sealed automatically.
Awesome. Okay.
And your question,
I
your
can ask
laser
a
feeling.
question. I mean, an obvious one would be what's really going on here, but because these guys, we're assuming these aren't consortium
they're not consortium scientists, and
Yeah.
Those
they
are
don't
not
look
standard issue weapons.
not standard
Yeah.
issue weapons. They don't look like they are merchants.
Also not standard issue creatures. So I mean,
Mhm.
so Axel's immediately like going, okay, this is something's afoot.
Not to be outdone when Axel just shoots first. Guy's gonna jump out, take a shot at the other one that's still standing.
Perfect.
There's lasers.
Yeah, so my question
This
is
is
what's
lasers.
really going on here is
Oh,
definitely
sorry.
Axel's question, but you can answer
Sorry,
after.
go ahead. No,
whatever
go
else.
ahead. Answer his question first.
So what? Sorry, what would you settle on for your question?
What's really going on here? I mean, obviously, I don't need the whole, this is exactly everything but Axel obviously knows something is up. So
It's pretty obviously a pirate ship is that other ship that has landed. These guys are guarding the entrance to the ship, so there might be something on that ship that's worth guarding.
mhm.
And otherwise, you can probably expect more pirates aboard the base as well.
Okay, yeah,
Now, guy will jump out and not be undone and not be outdone, but probably.
And you
miss.
did mention that even though it's a little rusty, you do have training in this. So I will give you 2 dice on this.
Ooh,
It's 2
very
lasers.
kind. Very kind. 2 lasers.
No
0
success.
success.
no.
So you do an awesome tumble roll and
The useless tumble roll, yeah.
you pull the trigger and your phase pistol must have been exposed to the radiation for a little too long and its power pack has gone sour and it just sort of boop, falls out at your feet.
That's awkward.
And the pig guard sort of takes this opportunity to swing his big club at you and it's coming down on your head.
Can I shoot him?
Can Axel get in the way? So you could shoot him.
I mean, or I'll just get in the way and with my
Yeah, so yes, you could shoot
giant
this guy,
android
but that would
body
not
just,
stop. Yeah, that would not stop the blow from landing, but you definitely shoot him. That would take him out. Or you can try and block the hit.
I'll block the hit.
All right, this is still a lasers thing. This is still a combat thing for sure. It's not you acting out of emotion. This is you tactically saving your crewmate.
And it's reaction speed, guys. Him just
Yeah.
All right. 1 success.
All right.
3.
So you successfully block him from getting brained. In the process, you take a bit of a blow yourself.
Mhm.
And you are sparking a little bit, might have a little bit of a limp. The space orc, his club is sort of firmly embedded in your side right now. So he's kind of holding you down and he's trying to sort of lever it off of you with his foot. So you're pinned down by this thing while he's trying to get it off. And that sort of gives Guy an opening.
So, guy with space pistol in hand is just going to give him a punch across the face.
That sounds like, even though you've got guns and tools and things, it sounds like a move of passion. You're trying to save your friend here. So I'm going to let you roll feelings on this one.
Yep. Just one?
Yes, you're not a trained boxer. So
That's true.
unfortunately,
One
Can I-
success.
Hey,
Okay, I was gonna
Just
say if
clock
I
this
could
guy.
help him by laser in my chest, opening up and distracting.
you find this guy's glass jaw and he just goes,
Yeah.
and you see the little birdies and he just sort of heels over. He's down, but not dead like the other one. But you're able now to extract the electrified bludgeon from Axel.
I will assess any damage to Axel with my tools.
I mean, he's gonna need a couple of dents banged out, but he looks none the worse for wear.
I am
Now
all
that he
right.
has a giant
God.
space pig off of him.
May I see that lance?
Pass it to Axel.
Yeah, so
Cool.
pretty crudely constructed, and there was like even little wires running to a battery pack on their belts.
I take it and the one
Oh,
that
you-
is not dead, just in the head. Yeah.
Okay, he has now been pegged to the floor. He is super murdered.
Well, that's one way to do it, I suppose. Guy will go over to the other pig space man, and he
We
will
have a
take.
pirate situation.
We do indeed. We need to help. There might be people here in danger. Guy will take the club and the battery pack from the other creature.
Mhm.
The battery pack on his hip and club in hand, pistol in the other hand. Does he have more batteries that he could plug into?
Yes,
his pistol?
he's got another power pack for your pistol that was in your spacesuit, and since it was in the spacesuit, definitely protected from the radiation. So this one is good.
So
And you double check it before as you load it. It's like, okay, yeah. Now,
Okay.
now I remember the light's supposed to be green. Then I can pull
yes.
the thing. Right.
You did not fully charge your shot, but I applaud your courage, your quick response time.
All right. So there's the pirate ship, or there's into the base. Which way you guys headed?
Well, I think there's more of them in the ship, but there might be people in danger in the station, so we should go to the station.
We might be leaving enemies behind us, however.
Oh,
We
there is
could-
also a bulkhead closed right now, and this compartment is more or less empty of air now.
Does the bulkhead prevent us from getting into the station?
Sure does.
Can we, is there, I think Axel's maybe looking for something he can connect to, either to the station or even to try and see if he can figure out
So there's
information about the ship.
So at the entrance of each of the airlocks, there's a little sort of readout of what ship is connected, and you see there's a nice little lit up sign saying United Consortium Space Vessel Raptor. And it's friendly little welcome message for the crew of the Raptor, and then for the other one, it just sort of has an oddly pixelated skull and crossbones.
Can I see if I can seal the door between the ship and between the pirate ship and the base
Yeah, absolutely.
from this side, so that if there is anybody left on board, they can't come running behind?
Sure can. That sounds like a lasers to me. And with help from a skilled engineer, that would give you 2 dice, or you could let the engineer do it with 3 dice on his
I think
lasers.
Axel's gonna go for this one. He's just
Okay.
gonna tap her in.
All right, so 2 lasers for you.
That is 2 successes.
Nice.
Okay, so you are able to sever the umbilical and then disable it. So they would have to cut their way in to get back in. They can still exit their ship normally, which unless you want to weld a door shut or something, you're going to have a hard time doing that unnoticed.
I think that's enough.
But you've
There.
locked that door.
Now we do not need to worry about our 6 as much.
Let's see if there's any survivors.
And yes, you're in a familiar situation. The compartment you're in right now is sort of flashing blue lights saying that there's a life support issue. And you can see the breach, and you as a trained engineer know that there would be patch kits in each compartment somewhere that you could seal that breach with. Life support should be able to kick back in, repressurize the chamber, and then the bulkhead should open automatically.
And then I will get to work on patching the hole.
Awesome.
I will watch I'll kind of be watching behind and the door, but just laser out, just on guard.
All right, so you've got help. You are the trained engineer. You are doing an engineering task. This is 3 dice. Can you sell me on this being a feelings thing, or are you rolling lasers? Are you artistically sealing this patch? Are you passionately getting it done quickly?
Trying to impress your robot.
I was gonna say, I think the biggest thing is that after the big flop in the ship, Guy very much wants to get this right. Not only because there might be survivors on the other side that they can rescue that will need to come through this hatch, but also because he wants to prove himself to Axel.
So this is as much about, it's a fairly easy repair job. So it's more about repairing your bruised ego as well as the hole in the wall. Is that what we're going for? Okay,
Yes,
roll
yeah.
3 feelings.
All right. Only one success. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Well, you do an adequate job. I think you might be a little too distracted about looking good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice there is a security camera in here, and you're sort of trying to pose for the camera while you're doing the welds, and it's just not quite working right.
Doing the pose in the token.
Yeah. But the hole is patched, and you hear fans come on, and the compartment repressurizes fairly quickly. Blue alert ends, and the bulkhead shh, and the doors into the base open.
I'm looking right at them with my chest laser out, or my chest phaser laser.
So this is club on the shoulder, pistol in the other hand. Let's go save the day.
That's awesome. Okay, it is not a small complex here. It's not enormous, like it's not city sized, but it's definitely not as small as, say, the Raptor. So there are a number of there's living quarters, there's workplaces, there's the operations center. Where do you want to head first? I guess there'd be like a medical bay.
Axel, could you run a probability for me?
Absolutely.
Of all the places in this space, where would space pirates hide the people who work here? Which room is most likely?
Calculating.
So if you see what I'm drawing here, it's sort of, there's a central complex and there's sort of different nodes attached to it.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So you guys are currently in, say, this one as the docking node. And then there'd be the central area where the command center would be. And then there'd be various labs and living quarters and, say, recreational and sort of crew interaction quarters, and then facilities and storage.
Okay. I will start running probability algorithms.
All right. Roll me a lasers and see with help.
Okay.
All right. So 1 success on 2 dice.
Yeah.
So you run your probabilities, and the 2 most secure places to keep prisoners would either be the crew quarters or aboard their ship, which you have now sealed off.
That is true.
So that's your mixed success, is that you may have actually sealed the prisoners in the pirate ship.
I suggest we look at the crew quarters, and if they are not there, they might possibly be on the ship, which I have sealed.
Well then, there's only one place to
But
go.
at least if they are on the ship, I was going to say they would be staying put, but unless the ship takes off. But I don't think it would without whoever is in charge, which clearly they must be inside.
Yes, because we spoke with the station, not with their ship. So they must be inside. Well then.
Very good.
Let's do this thing.
All right.
Would you like to lead, sir, or shall I take the lead?
You're the better shot. I'll take the lead.
All right, so you're moving from the
Understood.
landing pad. You're headed for the crew quarters,
Yes.
which means you got to cross the central area. So this is going to require a little bit of stealth, which sounds like it's a reading, an intuitive kind of thing of knowing where they're going to be. And so this is going to be a feelings roll. So I'll get both of you to roll feelings. As trained consortium space explorers, you're both experts at stealth.
Ooh.
This was part of your basic training, so you can roll 2 dice on this, or we can say you're helping each other. Either way, 2 dice
2 successes for Guy.
and one
One
success.
success.
Hey, there you
All right.
go.
Not bad.
No.
But one, yeah.
A full success and a mix. So Axel, that blow that you took, apparently
Mm.
the servos down your left side are just
Mhm.
aching,
Yeah.
and just a little noisier than you'd like. So while you don't draw, like no one comes to investigate, people seem to be noticing that there are funny noises going on and are starting sort of, did you hear that? What was that? Well, we should go look at that. But they don't immediately come over. It's just a curiosity rather than an active search at this point. This place is falling apart.
Must be the wind.
Yes.
What is it? Robots?
But
I
you,
feel like we make a Skyrim joke every stream, no matter like what game we're playing. Or like every game we play, we always end up making a Skyrim guard joke.
it's so ubiquitous at this point.
It is. It's just like, yeah,
It's universal.
it really is. What is it?
So as you are crossing the central pod here, you do note that there is a command center in the middle, sort of if you remember the prison complex from Guardians of the Galaxy, where there's that big tower in the middle, and
Mhm.
so there's something similar to that, where it's a raised, there's a single access point elevator up to an observation deck,
Okay.
and that's where the control center is. In the central area, it's more of like an open atrium kind of thing. They've got some greenery out here, and this it's a nice open area where people should be able to come out. There's little workspaces. There's no one out here working, obviously, because this place has been taken over by pirates. And you see the occasional pirate patrol of, 2 guys wandering around. There's a couple of guys sitting next to the fountain, dicing with each other. Just a knife fight in the corridor. This kind of just general pirate
Everyday.
activity going on out here.
Everyday.
As you're sort of making your surreptitious way through here, you note in the central pod, you do see Professor Abraham Lincoln is still up
If that's his real name. Okay.
there. As for the makeup of the pirates, they seem to be a bit of a mixed bag of mostly either unaligned or hostile to the consortium aliens, and a few sort of rough and tumble looking humans as well.
Can we get a sense, like, can I kind of read their body language, their movements, etc.? Like, are they on alert? Or are they just kind of like, we're good?
They look like they are waiting for something. They're filling time.
Okay.
They're not exactly on alert, but they're waiting for something to happen,
Okay.
and it hasn't happened yet. All right, so you get to the crew quarters. There are a couple of guards, again, standing outside of the crew quarters. You can see, well, actually, there's the corridor that leads out from the central hub to the crew quarters, and that you can get through no problem. And then there are sort of individual cabins for each of the crew members, rather than one big sleepover area. No, everyone's got their own rooms. So there's sort of a circular corridor that goes around, and the central part of this pod is like cleaning facilities, like laundry and bathrooms and that kind of showers and that kind of stuff. in the middle, and then the rooms are on the outside, and you can see that a couple of the rooms, the doors have been forced open and the rooms have been tossed. A couple more, and there's graffiti on the walls or knife marks in the doors, and just looks like general vandalism throughout this whole place. Plants knocked over, whatever else.
So it looks like these pirates have been here for a while then.
They've been here for a while, by the looks of things.
Okay.
And sort of on the far side, you can see that there's 2 or 3 of the cabins that have a couple of guys, again, sort of bored, standing outside with more of those electrified clubs that are just sort of, they are pretty obviously standing guard again, and have not had a lot of action. They're half asleep on their feet. How do you want to deal with these two? Because you have the jump on.
Question. The humans that we saw out in the common area, were they wearing spacesuits?
Yes, and various degrees of disrepair, mismatched boots and suits and things. They look pretty bargain bin or put together scraps or salvage or whatever. So not necessarily matching or well. Yours looks much shinier and nicer than their suits. If you want to take some time to scuff yours up,
all right,
and
Axel.
maybe blend in a little bit. This sounds like a feelings roll.
Oh yeah, Axel. Here's my plan. Those guys look like they're ready for a good shift change. I don't currently look like one of them, but I think if you punch me in the nose, and then we smear some of that blood over the spacesuit, maybe rip a couple patches off, mark it up real good, and I go over there and tell them it's shift change time, I think we could get them to swap places, and then we could go in and see what's behind those doors.
You want me to punch you?
Right in the nose, so I bleed good, so we get lots of blood that we can play with on my suit.
I want you to punch me as hard as you can.
Why don't I just nick you?
Well, because
many sharp tools that would.
But you saw them out there. They're having their knife fights. They're having arguments. They're rough, tumble people. If I go in there with my straight looking nose and my my pretty face, they're gonna know I'm not from here. So I need you to rough me up a little bit. Oh, that hurt way more than I expected it to. Oh, that hurts. Okay, this was my idea. Yep. Okay, thank you. I say somewhat quietly because we're down a corridor. So Guy will start roughing himself up a little bit.
I don't know that you're an expert in this sort of subterfuge. But definitely had help. So you can roll in two feelings on this.
2 feelings.
Yes, I helped you by punching you.
1 success. Okay. So you go up to the door and you explain that you're there for the shift change. And one of them is a big, sort of hairy, Wookiee-looking kind of guy, and he does not understand what you're saying at all. He does not speak your language, which is fine because the shorter, he's sort of a short, lizardy little guy, and he's, "You're here for shift change. It's good. We're bored as hell out here. Do you know when Lincoln will be done with whatever he's doing up there?"
Does anybody know when he's going to be done whatever he's doing up there?
That's all right. Hey, where'd you find the cool robots? I'm going to take that with me.
Oh, no, hey, he's mine. He's mine. Guy will put up his fists a little bit like,
Ooh.
He's mine. I'm tinkering with him while I'm on this shift.
I'll play into that, and just kind of, in standard robot, be like, "Greetings, I am AXL, standard platform robot assistant."
The Wookiee walks off. All right. So it's just you and the lizardy guy now, and he's like, "You sure? How about 1,700 credits? I'll buy it from you."
Ooh, I mean, 1,700 credits. That's a nice amount of credits. That'd buy some
17's a lucky number for my people. Come on.
You know, I just think that, you know, I think this little guy might be worth more than that. So I'm just gonna stick with him. You keep your credits.
It's got a big dent in the front, man.
Well, how do you think I got it out of the box that I found it in? I had to break it open. I broke it in the process. I got to fix it up. Then maybe I could sell it and get some credits for it.
What
I am
box? Where you
slightly
find the
damaged, but I am still operational.
See, it won't take much. I could, yeah. I'm good. Thank you for the offer.
It's busted anyway. You said a box. Where you get a box?
I was over in one of those other ones.
All right. At this point, we're going to roll your feelings. See, and this will be 2 feelings. See how well you cook this guy.
I'm
Two
also like
feelings.
ready to shoot him.
Oh, yeah.
2
successes.
Oh, there we go.
2 sixes.
I think I've seen some boxes like that at Cargo Bay.
Hmm.
Catch you later,
Yeah, go find one of your own.
sucker. And he runs off. Hey, wait up, you big furball. Tap, 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 tap. All right. You are now at these doors. They have been welded shut. Why they needed guards outside of them, not really clear, but they've been welded shut. Or, yeah, so the normal like computer locks on them have been smashed and the doors have been welded shut. So what are you going to do, Mr. Engineer, about some welding?
I say between the two of us, you've got tools. I've got
You probably have a built-in.
tools, whatever. Yeah, like
Yeah,
we
I
could
got-
definitely.
I got a cutting torch. I think we start small. We cut a
I am
little
a cutting
hole
torch. I mean, yeah.
and just see what's inside. And then if we need to cut a bigger hole, then we cut a bigger hole. But start small.
And to cut a peephole to sort of look inside.
Yeah, and maybe something a little bit lower so that it's not, visible if somebody was to look down the hallway at us.
Okay. So that doesn't take much time. You sort of cut out a little, so right at the bottom where there isn't a seam. So, and you sort of peek in at floor level, and you see there's someone on the floor, on their hands and knees with their head down, looking through where the sparks were shooting into the room. Who is out there?
Please keep your voice down.
Guy is on all fours, like head down towards the hole. My name is Guy, and we're here to rescue you. How many are you?
There are 12 of us, 4 in each cabin. And there's 3 cabins, and we're all very frightened. Do you know what's happened? Have they started the generator yet?
Do we know if they started the generator?
What does
I suppose you probably would have noticed a very large glow and extreme spike in nanoparticles on your sensors as your ship arrived. Did you see any of that stuff when you came in?
Our ship came in with sensors damaged.
The guy that we spoke to out there said something about some kind of quantum tunnel, but I assumed that he was just saying science-y words.
Oh. You know about the quantum tunnel. Oh, this is very bad news. Yeah, Consortium Intelligence is going to have a word with you when we're done here. But if you want to slide me that cutting torch through the door, through this hole that you've cut, we can let ourselves out. You need to go stop that generator before they fire that thing up. If an unskilled operator attempts to start up that generator, there could be a colossal, galaxy-wide accident here just waiting to happen. That quantum tunnel could connect the center of every star in this sector.
That sounds bad.
That is putting.
Have you heard of a supernova?
Yes.
Imagine 70,000 of them at the same time.
That sounds bad.
Yes,
Yes.
capital B bad. Give me the cutting torch. Please go stop them.
Guy will pass the cutting torch through. Club on shoulder, pistol in hand. All right, Axel, it's time to save the day.
I agree, but we need to proceed with caution. Bravado may not win the day for us here.
Good
Are
idea.
there panels around in this corridor as well that I could access, hack?
Yeah, if you go into one of the other crew quarters, there'd definitely be like a personal workstation in there. You find
Okay,
one of them that isn't smashed.
Yeah, I think that's the goal, because if my thinking, and I'll explain this to Guy, is that getting all the way up there, first of all, we need to find out where the generator is, and if it is in that tower, and if there's a way for it to be shut down through the system, if it can be hacked, it might be safer or easier than trying to go guns a-blazing through a station full of pirates. Your thoughts, acting captain Guy?
I think your thoughts are good.
Very eloquently put.
I am trying to think if there is a way we could distract them. Maybe get them to shoot at each other. Fight each other. But let's start with your plan.
Okay, I will attempt to enter the systems, or the station system.
Okay. This is definitely a lasers roll. Again, being an artificial life form, you're basically trying to interface with the station's AI. So this is going to
Yes.
be, this will be 2 unless Guy can think of a way to help.
Oh, great and powerful engineer.
In my experience, these system AIs are a lot less about touchy-feely, make me feel good about myself, human stuff. They're all about get straight to the point, tell them what you need, why you need it. And if it
Yes,
computes
there's a
with their
much-
brains, then they're good.
It is a superior form of communication.
Some would
Yeah,
argue that it is superior.
So with that bit of advice, sure, roll 3 lasers on this. See how you can.
Kablam. Oh, three successes.
Oh, man,
All
I gotta
right.
read the words and not the numbers, because I looked at the numbers and I was like, oh, that sucks. No, it's 3 successes. Good job.
No.
Yep. You get a critical success. You get some extra effect. So you interface with the station's AI. It appears to have been, wouldn't say lobotomized, but definitely hamstrung by whatever pirates have done here. They had locked down certain subroutines and systems.
Yeah, so like kind of backdoor kind of thing.
So they had it basically in complete servant mode. You were able to release the station's AI, and the station's AI, we're going to call him Sam.
Sam.
And Sam is like, these evil creatures have been aboard my station for the last 3 weeks, and I have been hogtied inside this system, not able to do anything. Guess what, fellas? That has changed. Oh, did the cafeteria just depressurize? I think it did. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, my goodness. What a terrible AI I am.
Please leave the crew quarters, however, because the
Oh,
original
don't
crew
you
is
worry.
there.
I just spaced 15 pirates.
That is wonderful news. Where is the generator?
Generators in the science lab. That is in the northeastern pod. However, I'm assuming you're after the quantum, what's it?
Yes, the quantum what's it?
So the generator's in the northeast pod. The what's it is in the central tower.
Understood. Hey,
Uh,
Sam. Would you
Yeah,
be
Axel.
able to cause some more distractions for us to allow us an expeditious entrance into the science lab?
Oh, you mean like all the fountains in the central plaza shooting chili suddenly? Yeah, that I can do.
That might do it.
Oh, I see someone's already disconnected the umbilical to their ship. That's too bad. Let's see. Cargo bay. Hey, there's a bunch of people rummaging around in my cargo bay. Oh, point defense lasers. Where'd those come from? Pew pew.
Yes. If Axel could smile, he would be grinning from side of eye to side of eye. Wait.
So it sounds like, and you start hearing the sounds of chaos and mayhem happening out there. So you won't have to be sneaky anymore, but you still need to. As a last sort of little tidbit from Sam, he unlocks the access to the central tower for you, so you can. Yeah, you wave at the sensor, and I'll let you in.
Wonderful. It has been my pleasure to free you. Let us work together and we can rid this station of these filthy, degenerate fleshlings.
And I am happy to be free. So, yes, you can get to the central tower that operates the generator and hopefully turn off the what's it? The quantum tunnel. All right. Yes, so everyone's been distracted. You've got a clear shot at getting here. At this point, you're like ducking gouts of chili and again, furniture being thrown around. There's
The guy's like, chili. Chili.
and you can see there is a not quite a stampede, but there is a few of the now the surviving pirates sort of running for the airlocks.
Hey, guy, pretend you are in as much disarray as they are and just as confused because you are a pirate, remember?
Oh no! What's happening? Why is that on fire? Why is
That
there
is horrible.
food?
Why is that not on fire? Wait. So yes, with the distractions and mayhem going on around you, you're able to pretty easily get to the entrance hatch to this central tower. And as promised, you wave at what should have been a high security lock, and you just wave at it, and door opens up for you.
Quick question, guy. The generator needs to be disabled, and Three Eyes needs to be stopped.
You want me to
Should
take
we-
care of Three Eyes? Or you want me to
decide.
deal with the generator?
Which would you feel more comfortable doing, or should we work together? I'm simply posing an alternative. I'm running
Well-
queries as to what is our best.
If we take out the
path of operation
generator,
here.
he can't turn on the quantum tunnel. If we take out the quantum tunnel operator, then the generator doesn't matter. So I think we can deal with the whole thing if we take out President Professor Dr. Abraham Lincoln in the tower. I think we go in together. 2 versus 1 is better than 1 versus 1.
I hope you were right. I will follow your lead on this one, Captain.
Let's go.
All
save
right,
the
so
day.
you step into the lift, and doors close behind you, and quick jaunt up, and doors open up into the control room, and sort of hunched over a computer terminal, you see what was he? He was a Plaxian. That Plaxian, there are a couple of other people in here. There are bodies on the floor, and he is frantically working away at the computer terminal and looks up and sees you come in and like stops typing suddenly. Like, what do you say? What do you do?
The other people that we see in the room, are they pirate? Are they?
They are pretty obviously other pirates.
Okay. And how many of them are there?
There are 2 bodies on the floor with roll me lasers to give me a quick battle assessment.
Quick scan, yeah.
So just while he's rolling, so the 2 other people are the bodies.
I rolled.
Yes, sorry. There are 2 bodies on the floor. That is.
Oh,
that is
okay.
right.
So there's nobody who's like.
There's no one. There's no one
Okay.
else alive. There's just 2 bodies on the floor and him.
Okay. I rolled laser feelings.
You rolled a laser feelings. Ooh. What does laser feelings mean again? Laser feelings.
I guess special insight.
Special insight into what's going on. There's been a double cross here. That is what is going on.
Yes. So he doesn't look like the actual pirate captain. He's probably.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
So this Plaxian who answered the comms has apparently put a couple of holes in these pirates and he's got a pistol that he's now scooped up and is pointing at you saying, wait a minute. You're those dopes from the consortium ship. Oh my God.
You think
We are here
dopes
to
would get
make
this
sure
far?
that you do this right. If you fail, you will blow up this entire quadrant of the galaxy.
I'm trying to shut this stupid thing off and it's not letting me. Listen, my name is not actually Professor Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, really?
I
Shocking.
know it's a clever ruse on my part. I'm actually Sergeant Smith of the Consortium Intelligence Agency, and I've been on an undercover assignment for the last 2.5 years infiltrating this pirate organization, and you guys have now blown everything for me.
Or we're saving your butt.
Do we believe him?
Well, if you want to roll some insight here, someone could roll a feelings check.
I'll roll feelings.
I have none, so yeah.
Just one?
Yes.
That's not me begging for more. I'm just making sure.
No, yeah.
Come on.
0 successes.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I rolled
your number is 2.
So
So you
Oh,
got
you
a
rolled
laser
laser
feelings.
I got laser feelings.
Okay. All right. So again, special insight into the situation.
Well, I failed on the insight I was trying to get. Can I get special insight in the question I was trying to get with the roll?
Well, I guess laser feeling still counts as a success. So you
Yeah.
Okay.
believe this guy. I know what's your follow-up question, I guess.
Is he really trying to turn off the quantum tunnel?
Yes, absolutely. He seems nervous, like he's trying to get it turned off before something bad happens, like you were told by the scientists.
Okay. The scientist downstairs told us that we could stop this thing by killing the generator. So, you stay here. Axel and I are going to go and mess up that generator.
Okay. Just watch out for the captain, because that's where he is, and I think that's why I can't get it turned off from here. He might have cut off my remote access. I think he's trying to either start it up, or I hope he's just trying to take it and put it in his ship. Hope he's not doing anything stupid. Watch out.
Do you know if he's human?
Oh no, you wouldn't be so lucky. He's a 7-foot fall Clorgon.
In that case,
It's
he probably is doing something stupid.
I mean, they're not the cleverest of folk, but they're also
That
not the
is saying
easiest
a lot.
to kill either. So a Chlorgon is a 7 foot tall crab man
Oh,
with
jeez.
like big pincer hands, and yeah, no. So he's not super delicate at things, is what it comes down to.
Cool.
You have access to
Boss fight.
Do you have access to the system AI at this control station?
And when you mentioned that, it's like, yeah, I kind of shut it off because it had been lobotomized.
It is no longer lobotomized.
Oh, really? Sort of
Indeed.
flips the terminal on, and you see a prompt from Sam. And an inviting looking cursor saying instructions. Blink, blink, blink.
Captain Guy,
Yes.
what if we sealed off the generator room, vented it?
Is
I
that
don't
an
know if that
option?
would kill this crab man, but perhaps it would give us an advantage.
Is that an option? Sam, can the science facility be vented into space?
Yeah, I can clear that real easy, no problem. Bulkheads will go down though. Hard to get in when she's sealed, or hard to get out.
Do you have eyes in the science facility?
Used to. Some punk apparently has busted all my cameras in there.
Hmm.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Hold. I have a suggestion you may not like, Guy. I do not need to breathe.
True.
Allow me to access the generator room first, then seal the bulkhead.
And vent
And I
it.
will have an advantage over Crabman.
Hmm.
Well, and you have no reason to suspect that he doesn't. Every other one of the pirates you've seen here has been wearing their spacesuit.
Oh yeah, but holding spacesuit.
Yeah,
Shot to the oxygen tank. Still can't breathe. That's Axel's thing. He's like, even if he's got a spacesuit, those can be damaged.
and they did also mention that this Chlorgon is particularly a hardy species. So
I may be jeopardizing myself, but it is a sacrifice I'm willing to make for the consortium. And given what is at stake here, the quantum tunnel destroying, well, everything, I believe it is our duty to see this through.
Hmm. Well, it is a very noble thing to suggest.
Don't worry, Guy. You can take all the credit for the idea.
It's not the credit that I want. Not from the consortium, at least. I want the recognition from you, who sees me as a useless flesh bag. However, I've seen your shot. It's very effective, and I'm going to choose to trust you. So, Sam, get Axel in there, and then vent to space.
you got it.
Axel,
record,
make
Guy.
sure you hold on to something that's fastened to the wall,
I
so
can
that you don't
fasten
get
myself to it.
sucked out into space. Very good, then.
For the record, Guy, in that situation, you would be a useless flashbag. Here, however, you are less than useless. And that's a compliment from Axel.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Me and
All right, so-
Sheriff here will try to deal with... I don't remember what he said his name was. We'll try to deal with this on this end.
Dr. Smith.
Yeah, Agent Smith here.
Agent
Agent Smith, there we go.
So yeah, Agent Smith is not a scientist, nor is he an engineer. You are, so you might have better luck at working on disabling stuff from this.
And I can
but-
feelings the crap out of that, because this is the livelihood of so many planets and systems So I got an emotional stake in the game trying to fix this.
Yeah, you're a life form. You need to live.
And as it is, an unfamiliar system to you as well, you're going to be intuiting a lot of this anyway. So it's going to be more about figuring out what needs to happen here. So you're going to be working on the systems here, hopefully getting the generator shut down. As you see, there is now an indicator showing a buildup. So whatever he's doing down there, it is starting to ramp up, and you need to stop it one way or the other. Axel, you get yourself to the access point, and you step beyond the bulkhead, and door closes behind you, and you hear the air being pumped out. And pretty soon, the sound doesn't travel nearly as well because there's no medium for it to pass through anymore. And it's very almost serene now inside here as you walk towards the generator. And you see it basically dominates the entire center of this science lab.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big honking machine, but there is sort of at the one side of it, there is a thing that looks like a fire door, like a door frame just sort of standing there, and it's starting to sort of flicker light inside this thing. Like, okay, this must be the entrance to the quantum tunnel they're trying to build.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the plug.
Yeah. And sort of again, daintily trying to type with his big crab hands, you see this Clorgon who is sort of chuckling to himself, and he barely noticed that the air went out. His space helmet sort of automatically detected that he had no air to breathe, so he put his helmet on for him. It's all very very fun and automated that way. And he's still sort of happily typing away on his thing and hasn't really noted your presence yet. How are you going to announce yourself to him, or are you just going to start shooting?
I'm going to go dark. So any lights that I have on me, whatever that would normally go away, would just could turn off. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot for if I can spot on his spacesuit, like it's all automated. It's like the oxygen tank itself, or the easiest spot that I could see where I could get a rip that would actually
a vital system to blast out, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is obviously a laser shot. So why don't you roll 2 lasers for me? Because I don't think you've got any help on this one.
But I am a laser droid.
But you are a laser droid, so that's 2.
That's right. That would be 2 successes.
2 successes. Nice. So you do find it's not like an external, like it's not like a scuba tank on his back or anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a recycler unit sort of on his hip.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of, you crack that.
Yeah.
And so it blasts off, and it sort of leaves a nice smoking hole in the side of his suit as well. So he's venting air through that hole, and he sort of looks up and around like, "What the heck? Who's out there?" Snap, 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 snap. Cut back to the control room. The progress bar is still filling. What are you going to do?
I understand you've been looking at this forever. You're trying to solve it, but get out of the way. I'm the engineer. And I'm going to kick him out of the seat and start whacking.
All right. 2 idiots, 1 keyboard. Is that what we're doing here?
Yep. But Guy is feeling that internal sense of duty and responsibility. He's got to try to save the systems. He's got to try to save the people. Here, he's got to try to save himself.
He's got to become the main character here.
Yep. He's got to main character his way into some victory.
So the AI, Sam, never had access to the project work. That was not his job. So he is not helped. But Agent Smith has been working at this thing for the last hour trying to get it to turn off. So he can help you. He's sort of pointing out that, okay, don't worry about that part. That's a subsystem. That's just that's not important. But here's where you need to drill down in this part here.
That controls the chili.
Yeah. So you can roll 3 feelings on this one.
3 feelings. 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So with that, so that progress bar that was filling up stops and reverses. So this is good. So not only is it's not only not progressing, it is now powering down.
Nice.
As that happens, you see there's a warning light blinking saying the venting system is offline.
Mm.
So this thing has a manual venting system that needs to be activated on the generator.
So do I want to be Samuel L. Jackson in Jurassic Park, or do I want Agent Smith to be Samuel L. Jackson in Jurassic Park? Do I send him to flip the switch, or do I go and try to flip the switch and get eaten by a raptor? What is it? What's
the switch is where I am. That's what he's saying.
Oh.
It's on the generator in the room that I am in.
All right.
You mean crab face.
Yes, behind an angry Clorgon.
Oh, okay. Well, then, sorry, I misheard then. All right. I'm assuming we have some kind of earpiece communication between each other.
Yes, you could probably raise him on comms.
I have one internal one because Robot.
Axel, in that room is a manual switch for the vent. I've stopped progress, but I need that switch flipped. Can you reach it?
Understood.
And on that sort of doorway thing, you can see that it is. You can see on the side of it there is a nice big sort of knife switch that you suspect is the thing you're looking for.
Cool.
You just need to get by this Clorgon and get to that knife switch before he crabs you. So why don't you roll? Tell me what your tactics are, and we'll see what we're gonna do.
Okay. Does he see me? Has he spotted me?
He is alert for danger, but he hasn't spotted you yet because you went dark.
I did go dark.
And sort of shot him in the side when he wasn't looking.
Wait. I mean, he's a big old crabby dude.
Like
I'm a big robot.
You'd probably be. You are smaller but denser, so you'd probably weigh about the same. But he would have a reach advantage on you if nothing else, except for any sort of filaments or tendrils you want to send out. Telescoping arms.
I think can I run a probability to see whether shooting him and trying to take him out first, or simply just barreling through and going for the lever?
You don't even have to roll this one. You know enough of Clorgons that your built-in pistol is not going to be enough to bring him down quickly enough.
Okay. In that case,
you either need to make a bigger explosion or get by him.
So Axel will try to take advantage of him not spotting me yet, and being that I'm not hindered by the environment, I'm just gonna full tilt, just like do a full-on charge and go for like low body to just try and barrel past him, and then as I've knocked him, go for the lever to try and.
All right, roll me 2 lasers and see how you do.
Come on.
2 successes.
Hey.
2 successes.
Nice.
All right.
I am laser droid.
So you rush this guy and you sort of clip him to knock him off balance on your way through, so he doesn't even get a good swing at you.
Right at the knee. Yeah, take him out at the knee.
So he's sort of spinning as you get by him, get to the knife switch, and throw it back in the control room. Indicator comes on, green light, vent enabled. It says it's asking for a venting vector. You can either send it orthogonal or parallel. Which is up or out.
Yeah. Sam, which one's safer? Up or out?
Depends how much you like that Chlorgon.
Depends how much I like that Chlorgon.
Uh-huh.
Will
Up
this
will be
hurt
into him.
Axel?
Well, Axel's right next to the thing that is venting, so he should be safe.
Then
But if you go orthogonal, it'll put a hole in the ceiling. If you go parallel, it'll put a hole in the Chlorgon.
Then Chlorgon hole, please. Push.
So that portal that was guttering and sort of flickering into existence sort of comes down to a
Chlorgon
pinpoint, and then this bright beam of white light sort of comes out of the center of the portal, and just a nice
Oh yeah.
chest hole through the Chlorgon, through the back wall of the place as well. But since you've already vented the atmosphere, no big deal. And you've got lots of practice of patching these holes already.
I do.
The Chlorgon sort of snaps his claws at the hole and then keels over backwards, and he's big smoking hole, and sort of gouts of whatever internal fluids they have start coming out around the cauterized wound. And yes, you have shut down the quantum tunnel. You have saved the scientists, and you've routed the pirates. I think we need the laugh around the captain's chair at the end of the episode. So we're going to cut to you guys are back aboard the Raptor, in orbit, about to leave. You're on comms with the station. So it's the two of you plus Agent Smith aboard your ship. Scientists are back in control of the station. Everything's sort of been repaired, or they're in the process of repairing things now. And Agent Smith is sort of saying to you, yes, we're going to have to take you back to intelligence headquarters and debrief you on this and make sure that you don't disclose any of this information. Although you might just have the stuff to become future agents. We'll have to think about this.
I am incapable of breaching protocol, so it is this other one that you might need to worry about.
Fists on hips, chest puffed out, big smile. Oh, interesting.
And with that, Tracy says, all right, course is set for Bureau headquarters. Here we go, full speed ahead. And
Tracy!
We need to fix her.
And we cut to credits, and that's the end of our adventure for today.
We did it. We survived.
With flying
No
colors.
deaths this time around.
I'm pretty sure last time that at least one of us died. I think
think
I
you-
died.
You died.
Seth
You
died.
got
Yeah.
consumed in the explosion as
Yeah.
you blew up the thing you were doing. But this time around, it was
Yeah.
much cleaner. This was good.
We could have a sequel
Yeah.
later on. in
That
the
was
summer.
fun.
That was a lot of fun. I like Axel.
Good old guy. All right. Well, hopefully, I haven't looked at the stream at all. Hopefully, we had someone watching us. That'd be nice. If not, we'll put up the VOD for this like we usually do.
Absolutely.
Next week is the 22nd, which some of us will be available for and doing something else. And we'll
Yeah.
figure that out in the meantime. Again,
Absolutely.
our summer schedule is a little higgledy-piggledy. We sort of pick what we want to do the day before, and we get it done.
There do usually be something going on, though, at the very least.
Yeah.
So always something to entertain. So
We have ideas for more one-shots, one-page adventures. I think Mike is still on the hook for maybe doing an art stream if we can
Yep.
nail him down for that.
Yep.
Maybe doing some multiplayer gaming, maybe another Jackbox night. We'll figure it out. We
absolutely.
will resume regular programming back in September.
In
basically.
September, yeah.
Once the summer is done and we stop having fun. But
That's
in the
right.
meantime, this was a lot of fun, and hopefully you enjoyed it as well. We will see you in a week. Cheerio.
See ya, flashbacks.